Let's bring in the chief strategist, the communications director for the Republican National Committee, Sean Spicer. Sean, thanks very much for joining us. Well, let's get your reaction to what Mitt Romney just said. He called Donald Trump a phony, a fraud, who's playing the American people for suckers. What's the reaction?
Well, I think there are two fundamental rights at stake right now in our country and our party. Number one, everyone's got the right to the First Amendment to say what they want, to go out for the candidate they believe, talk about who they would vote for or who they're against. And the second is that at the end of the day, everyone has the right to vote. People in our party are going to go out there and have their voices heard. And that's where we as a party will end up. Whomever the voters and the activists choose as our nominee, we'll get behind and support. But up until that time, everyone's got the right to go out and express support or opposition to the candidates that they either are for or against.
Did Mitt Romney reach out to the RNC, the Republican National Committee, in advance of his speech today?
No.
No communications between him and Reince Priebus, the chairman, for example, or other Republican Party leaders?
All I can do is speak on behalf of the RNC, and no, Governor Romney nor any of his individuals or anyone associated with him reach out and share with us, what he was going to say or what his plan was.
Let me read to you something that Trump tweeted last night, and I'll put it up on the screen. Quote, "Because of me, the Republican Party has taken in millions of new voters, a record. If they are not careful, they will all leave. Sad!" Exclamation point. And here are some numbers that we put together based on all the nearly 15 or so primaries and caucuses so far. Trump, these aren't poll numbers, these are actual Republicans who have participated in these elections. Trump has 3,341,849. Everybody else is below. Cruz, 2,700,000. Rubio, 2,091,000. Kasich, 644,000. But almost 3.5 million people have participated in Republican primaries and caucuses, and they say they want Donald Trump to be the Republican nominee. That's a pretty impressive number, isn't it?
Sure, absolutely. And like I said earlier, I think if any individual gets the 1,237 delegates necessary, then they'll be our nominee. We've had 625 delegates awarded so far in this process that has, roughly 2,500 delegates total. So we're about 25% of the process through. There's a ways to go. Right now, he's got about a delegate lead. If you look at where he is now, he's about where Mitt Romney was in terms of the delegate lead at this point in the cycle. It will take any candidate, if any candidate ran the entire table between now and going forward, they would probably take till mid-April, early May to clinch the nomination. So, I think part of this is to keep the race in context of where we are delegate-wise and what it's going to take to clinch the nomination.
As you know,
Sean,
Wolf,
one other point that's really interesting. Hold on, I would just say that the real interesting, bigger point that I would make is that if you look at where we are as a party and where the Democrats are, our turnout in almost every single state, minus one, the first 4 and the 15 that voted, or the 15 that voted the other night, we are at historic highs. The Democrats are at lows compared to where they were in 2008. The enthusiasm, whether you're for Donald Trump, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, John Kasich or Ben Carson at that point, is much higher than it is for their side. I think we have the enthusiasm and the intensity on the Republican side.
And Donald Trump takes credit for that record turnout of Republicans showing up. Does he deserve some of that credit?
Sure.
All right, Sean Spicer joining us, the RNC communications director. He's getting ready for that debate as well. Thanks very much.
You bet. Well, see you in Miami.
Thank you.